Everybody, in Emergency Hamburg, you've obviously got undercover police vehicles, but how do you actually tell the undercover police vehicles from the civilian vehicles? Well, it's really tricky. I'm not gonna lie, there's only one difference. I checked. There's one difference on the undercover cars. This is a civilian car, by the way. This is a civilian BMW M5, and take a good look at it because I'm about to show you the police one. And there's only one difference. Literally, there's one difference between civilian cars and police undercover cars. The developers make it so difficult to know if it's like an undercover vehicle or it's not. Normally in other games it's like kind of obvious because they've got like some sort of obvious you know, like something on the number plate, like it should say police on the number plate or something, but it doesn't. It literally just has exact same number plate as a civilian would. It's got the Hamburg logo on it. Believe me, I've checked. Okay, it's got the Hamburg city kind of flag on it, but yeah, there is only one difference, and it's pretty much impossible to notice unless you look really close. But if you're actively moving around, it is really not possible to see this difference. So yeah, I'm going to show you. Okay, remember, this is how the normal M5 looks like. Take a good look at it, okay? Take a good look. Okay, take a good look. All right, you got that? You got that? Yeah, okay. All right, now let's look at the police one. I'm going to do this quickly. Undercover police. Let's go, start shift. All right, so I'm going to spawn in the police undercover M5. Okay, obviously, if it's got a livery, it's a different story. That's easy to notice. But obviously, the unmarked version is where it gets really tricky. So you can see exactly the same color, gray M5 or silver. Okay, I'm going to show you the car properly. So here you go. Do you notice immediately any difference? There's one difference in this shot right here. There's one difference, and it is the only difference on the entire car that you can actually use to tell if it's a police vehicle or a civilian vehicle. Did you guess it? It's these lights at the front here. This is the only thing you have to tell if this is a police car. That's it. Nothing else. That is it. Like, they do a pretty good job at undercover. Obviously, when you turn it on, it's a different story because you got this up here. But when it's the siren, when the lights aren't on, then you really can't tell. I mean, this just kind of blends into the grill, especially if it's nighttime. Like if I set it to, you know, if I go time set, I don't know, 0 for midnight, you can see like, you aren't going to notice it, man. If you're just driving past, you just don't notice that grill. Look, do you notice those little lights? No, you don't, because it's just so small and so hidden between those little grills that you just don't see it. And the developers, you know, they really have made these properly undercover. Like, you cannot tell. I mean, you'd think they've added like a, you know, and a police number plate. I don't know how a police number plate looks. I'm going to check online, actually. Police number plate. Is it like a special number plate they have or something? I don't know if there even is. I mean, okay, this is in the UK. Police in Germany. Right, Germany. I don't know. Do they have a... You see, it says police right here. So maybe there should actually be a police, you know, icon somewhere on here, but there isn't. I've checked. This is just the Hamburg city logo or flag. There's literally no difference in the license plate. There's no difference in the car body except these two lights here and here. That is the only thing. When you turn it on, there's some at the back, but you can't see them if they're off. So, but this is just the M5. So let's look at some other different vehicles. So I'm gonna probably have a look at a few different police vehicles because I don't know, but you can see pretty much on all undercover vehicles. I think the only thing that gives it away is the emergency lights, which are very, very well hidden. So it's not easy. If you're a criminal, okay, and you've been wondering, you know, how do I know if it's undercover police? Well, you don't. Okay, you don't. In terms of just a character, like, okay, I do look a bit policey, but that's just my avatar. You wouldn't know I'm police. You just wouldn't know. There's no way to tell, you know? Like, you can take off everything. That's why the undercover police game pass is so good. Anyway, let's just pick a random car. I don't know. The Mercedes Sprinter. Okay, Stuttgart Jogger. Again, I don't think there's a single difference except from these two lights right here. Let me just look where all the lights are. Yeah, I think that's it. There's no difference in the number plate, no difference in the back. I don't see anything on the sides. It's just these two lights at the front. That is it. They do not add anything else. It's literally just, oh yeah, we got two lights on the front, and then obviously when you turn them on, it goes on the roof. But it's literally It's so tricky. It's so tricky to tell. It's nearly impossible unless you drive past police really slowly, which you probably don't want to as a criminal because, oh well, you know, they might get suspicious of you or something. But it is pretty much impossible to tell. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. To me, this looks like a normal van. Okay, I wouldn't know a thing. I would not know a thing. Like, if I'm not an experienced player, I would have no idea. I would just think there's lights, like headlights or something, or part of the car, or like indicators. I would not know. I would not know at all. And this is what makes it so difficult to tell if someone's an undercover police or not. I mean, I guess the Game Pass is worth it, but not so worth it for criminals. So yeah, I guess criminals are just a bit fooled here. You really don't know. You really do not know. So yeah, hopefully that van, you know, hopefully these vehicles get made a little more obvious that they're undercover, because I think it is a bit unfair right now. It's a bit more biased towards police. Like, if there should be something on a character, you know, when I take everything off, there should be something on a character which kind of shows you that they're police, but it's hard to spot, you know, it's not easy to spot it. So if it's like just a tiny little badge on like the back of your back or something, I don't know, just something small that criminals can actually see they're undercover, but it's like quite hidden. So I don't know, let's look at another let's look at the BMW X3, okay? So another quite, you know, low profile car. Obviously the fact that it's black already kind of hints that it's an undercover vehicle. I guess that is another thing you could use to tell. If you see a black vehicle and you know it's kind of following you around, it's probably obvious at that point that it's undercover, especially if you see these sticking out to the grille. Obviously black is the default color for undercover, which it shouldn't be. It should be something random, really. So if you're on undercover police, top tip, change the color so people don't think you're undercover. But yeah, that's how you identify one, really. You got the two light. This is obvious though. On this car, it's like really obvious where they are. So that is not a very good car to have it on, really. They should have put it in the middle somewhere, where it's between these little these little lines here. That would have made it more discreet if it was between these little lines, you know, right here. But they decided to just plonk it right on the edge, where, you know, it sticks out like a sore thumb, that black edge. So yeah, not the best placement from the devs, but still, it's really not noticeable. If I do go and change the color, you wouldn't know. You just wouldn't know, would you? You really would not know. I don't know. Let's check the Wolfsburg Discovery. This one's really obvious because, yeah, I mean, look, like these two things clearly don't belong on this. They clearly don't belong there. So this one's just kind of obvious. There's some cars which are more obvious than others, but basically all you have to look out for as a criminal is those two little lights on the front. You can see it here on the quad, you can see it here on the Wolfsburg Discovery, Wolfsburg Handle, whatever, man. Like, it's on every single car. They've got those two little lights on the front. Hey, they should add a police customization game pass so we can actually remove those, maybe. Also, I just noticed these are actually clipping through the grill. That's not very good. Anyway, you know, I guess it's okay. But yeah, you can see you know, it's quite obvious. This car is actually very good. Like, if you look at this, right, you wouldn't think this is a police car. Ignore the color, obviously, but you just wouldn't. You just don't think those lights have anything to do with the police because they're just so small and discreet. I guess, yeah, it's really difficult to spot if you're a criminal. It's really difficult. So yeah, anyway, that's gonna wrap it up for this video. Obviously, just showing you how you can spot a police undercover vehicle if you're on criminal. There's only one difference, and that is the lights. But yeah, let me know if you knew that. I really, when I went to record this video, I thought, because I hadn't researched it, I thought that there'd be at least like 2 or 3 differences, but then I realized, oh, there's only the one, which I just don't get. Maybe there should be more. Let me know. Do you think it's fair that there's only, you know, one small difference to tell? I think it's quite realistic like that, so maybe they should keep it. Maybe they should add a slight difference in the number plate or something. I don't know. That's just my opinion. But anyway, thank you for watching. Subscribe, and goodbye.